Hey folks, Mike Barter here again, and I've got two more knots for you that will come in handy in your mountaineering career. Let it be a long one. Anyhow, I have the trucker's hitch, which you don't really see a lot. Like, its application is kind of to cinch things down, and I see when we're on expeditions, a lot of the mule drivers and donkey drivers will use the trucker's hitch to hold down their packs and their pack loads. But you know, up here in God's country, we tend to use the diamond hitch, which is quite a bit more complicated and has absolutely no application in mountaineering. And then the other one is I get a lot of questions for is tape knots. That being this 1 inch webbing, tubular webbing or flat webbing. And what knot do you use to tie that together? And that'll be the water knot. And it's pretty simple. There's just a couple of things that you have to watch out for. So let's have a look at the trucker's hitch first. Okay, so I fixed this end of the rope to something that's going to be fixed and permanent. So I tied there a bow line because this is going to get really tight and I want to get it apart again at some point. And you know, one of the applications for this is like tying down tents in areas that have really high winds. And so if you've ever been to whatever, Aconcagua, Anita Condoras there, where all the winds kind of funnel in there, and we've had 125, 160 kilometer winds in there at times. You really got to cinch your tent down, right to the point of well, you got to have a good tent in the first place. So if I pulled this anyhow as tight as I could, wouldn't get a piano wire tight, but that's that's pretty tight. But I want to do, if I want to get it better, a simpler way of doing this is just go back a little ways, put an overhand, or as I do with a figure of 8, because it's just easier to undo if I have the rope for it. Then you do the same thing, you go around, or whatever you're going to cinch it to, and then you run your rope end through the loop here. Okay? Now I've essentially created a sort of a 3-to-1 pulley system, and I'm pulling nylon on nylon. I know that's a terrible thing, and the nylon Nazis are going to get me, but I'm here. Come on, get me. And then now when I cinch it up, now you can just pinch it here, and you don't lose any tension, and just take a bite. And then I just pull in a little extra cord, and you can see here, and I just do an overhand to tie it off for safety's sake, because we always want to be safe. Doris says be safe. There we go. And there you go. Pretty tight. Tighter than I could by just pulling on it anyhow. That's called the trucker's hitch. Okay, so I'll use 2 different colors of tape here, and I'm going to join them together using a water knot, or a tape knot, I guess it's commonly called also. So first off, I just put an overhand into my piece of tape, keeping the tape nice and flat. Okay, make sure I have lots of tail there. You know how it is, guys, you can't have too much tail, right? And then you go and pull the other one through, right? And all you do is retrace this knot so that the red tail here is going to come out the other end. Okay. And there's your water knot, or tape knot. See? Let's give it a good tug. And remember, pay attention to these ends, make sure that they're not worked loose. And you may not want to use this as a permanent knot, but it's something that you might, when you're wrapping off, building a Beliclave anchor or something like that, or leaving some tape behind as you're wrapping off, then this is a really good knot to use. It's strong, it's simple, it's quick. Even a skier could do it. I don't know what a skier would be doing climbing. And here's a tape knot that was joined with a 1/2-inch super tape, tubular webbing here. And so it's joining 2 different pieces together, and it does just fine. Okay, so that's your tape knot, folks.